Hello, everyone. Don Garman once again here from Mirador Capital Partners, off to Q4 2025. Here we are, early October, after what I think most would agree was a spectacular first three quarters of the year, particularly the last quarter. I appreciate the nice texts I've gotten from several of you recognizing that fact. And I will keep the front part of today's remarks short because, as promised, I'm going to introduce our newest member of the Mirador family here in the second part of this. But before I get to that, I wanted to say, as I have been each month, thank you to you for the generosity of your referrals. And whatever has happened, it's been recognized. I said this last month, and it is certainly appreciated. You are sending your lovely friends and family in to see us, and that really helps a lot because it helps us be able to focus our resources and energy on you and not having to go figure out new ways to grow. So thank you for the referrals. Certainly keep them coming. I appreciate it very much. Point two would be the outlook from here to the end of the year. I would say it would be only accurate to describe the fact that we've come a long way in a short time. So anytime that has been the case, then it would be realistic to expect some flattening of the arc. And so I would suggest that we would be tapping the brakes on rate of ascent from here to the end of the year. And so in that vein, we have taken initial steps, certainly in our flagship strategy, to just sort of strap things down a little bit in advance of some cooler months ahead, not to overburden the fall into winter metaphor. But it's been a lot in a short amount of time, and that doesn't usually persist uninterrupted. Having said that, I think we hopefully we get some sideways churn between here and the end of the year, and not anything more violent than that. And I think after that bit of chop, we will probably continue to resume, a positive bullish trend, which is why the strategies are positioned as they are. And I look over, forward over the next four quarters, and there's certainly a lot of reasons to be optimistic. So all I would say is, tap your expectations that things are going to continue at this pace, and just enjoy the progress that we've made. And we will be, we'll know more after this earnings season, which really starts this Friday and then persists as it does every 3 months for the next 3.5 weeks after that. So that's enough about that. I'm going to then have the privilege of introducing you to our newest employee. There she is. Hello, Asha.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Don.
Hello. So Asha Culhane has been familiar to me for years now. I'm going to let her maybe tell you a bit of that story, but we're very, very proud and privileged that she has chosen to join us on this next leg of our journey. She, as I will explain in more detail, and you'll know in a second, had many options of where she wanted to spend her time. So if you wouldn't mind, Asha, spend just a couple minutes and introduce yourself to our friends and clients, and then we will have a quick chat and we'll get on with our day.
Absolutely. So, first of all, just wanted to say how honored and privileged I feel to be introducing myself on this platform specifically. I have watched this video for months and months and
Mhm.
have been, like many of you watching now, I have always found it to be incredibly helpful and informative, as well as human and very accessible. So it's great to be here and to introduce myself on the video that you all are watching. A little bit about me and where I've come from and who I am as a person. I was born and raised in Southern California, so in a small town called Westlake Village, which is in Ventura County. During that time, I had the pleasure of competing in track and field and was recruited to Cal Berkeley, where I went for my undergraduate. Go Bears for all
Go
of those
Bears.
listening. I double majored at Cal, so I double majored in business at the Haas School of Business as well as in theater. And I've always had just a passion and have really enjoyed blending the objective and the business with the human and the accessible. And during my time at Haas, I competed in the heptathlon. So it's a 2-day event, 7 events in track and field, and had the privilege of going through Cal as an athlete, as a business student. And when I graduated, I was actually the commencement speaker for the Haas School of Business class of 2018, if anyone was theirs, remembers that. And following Haas, I went on to Columbia University. I did my master's, and the program was actually abroad in Paris. So I had the opportunity to work and study abroad in Paris, France for about 4 years. And in conjunction with that master's, I studied at the Royal Academy of Art. And I say all of that to say, it's my background academically and professionally, but throughout that time, I was in the most competitive environments academically, athletically and artistically. And every single year, no matter where I was at, where I was working, what I was doing, I would come back to Mirador Capital Partners at least once a year. I would come, I would see Don, I would see the team, I would hear about the work that was going on. And every single year, I was more and more impressed. And so I finally moved back to the States. I began working as a director of finance for an organization started at Berkeley. And once I had the opportunity to speak with Don and catch up on the growth that was happening at Mirador, I was reminded that every time I came back here, I was so impressed by the leadership and the quality of work that was being produced. And it happened so organically that, Carol Weichel, who is an advisor at the firm, has, an incredible tenure and years of experience with many clients. So I'm working very closely with her to continue to spur the growth at Mirador. And I would just say, in all of the clients, this, that the work produced here is on another level. The leadership here is on another level. And as someone who experienced competitiveness athletically, artistically, and academically, I'm here now and I'm so happy to be here. So honored, so privileged, and most honored and privileged to serve you, the clients. So
That's lovely. Thank you very much. That was very nice of you to say. And some of that obviously was somewhat of a compliment to me. So thank you for that. And I will return the favor and say, when we were chatting about your future and things you might want to do, one of the things you said in your comments, which I've always said also, is the perfect practitioner around here is going to split the uprights between somebody who has uh, the the horsepower mentally to handle the technical side of capital markets and what goes on in business, and also the human side of our clients and what they're ultimately what this is all about, which is what they're trying to achieve. So um, while I know you're going to spend your fair amount of time with Carol and helping her clients, also there will be additional duties that we are going to be asking of you because of your horsepower and your demonstrated excellence and the rigor you bring that I've seen you bring to a lot of different projects. So we'll be using you in the professional sense to do a whole bunch of things. And as we build out this sort of next layer of alternative investment acumen and due diligence, I think there's certain projects around that you're going to be very well suited to leading for us. So, in addition to your client responsibilities, we're going to be layering on all kinds of other fun responsibilities for you as well.
I'm
So,
excited. Mhm.
yeah, I am as well. And I'm very, very humbled and honored that you would choose to spend your professional time with us. We will make sure that is a great decision for you in every way that we can help influence. And so, to you guys watching, when you see Asha, which you inevitably will at an event or in the office or out and about, please introduce yourself and say hi. She's wonderful, I promise. And I can't wait to see all the many ways you're going to contribute to things around here in the months and years to come.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, on that note, I think we can wrap it up there. To all of you watching, thank you very much. There's a few more of you each month, which is very nice to see. And all I can ever say to you is thank you. for giving us the opportunity and placing your trust in us to help you along this, the financial part of this journey. It's never lost on us, and I always want to make sure our gratitude is shared. So until next month, if not sooner, we will sign off and we'll see you soon.
Bye.